and some other stuff later on, but why don't we show these people? Now, they're ready to play back here now. These guys, you hear them, they're fumbling around on them guitars. They want me to hush where they can get to rolling. Well, when they open this curtain, I want y'all to give them the biggest holler and the biggest round of applause you've ever had in your life for a group, because this is one of the best bands I believe you're going to be heard or will hear anywhere in this part of the country, folks. I think we got them right here. But right now we're going to get started. We'll put it together for Mr. Artie Rodriguez, would you?
I love you so much that I can't leave you, even though my mind tells me I should. But when you come home and tell me you still love me, then all my adapt, right? Let's try it one more time. I love you so much that I can't leave you, even though my mind tells me I should. Sure. But when you come home and tell me you still love me, then all my thoughts of leaving do no good. You've got me heart over mind, worried all the time, knowing you will always be the same. You keep hurting me, I know, but I still can't let you go, 'cause my heart won't let my love for you change. Ah, pick it, fellas. Friends tell me they see you out with others, and in my mind I try hard to forget. But when you come home and tell me you still want me, well, I still hope there's some chance for us yet. You've got me heart over mind, worried all the time, knowing you will always be the same. You keep hurting me, I know, but I still can't let you go, 'cause my heart won't let my love for you change. Go ahead. The bad thing about being the opening person, what will go wrong can go wrong, and it will go wrong. Mics will go out, lights will go out, and all kind of stuff. Welcome to Gilley's Family Opry. We're glad everybody could be here. What a good crowd, and good-looking crowd we got here tonight. For all y'all that, you can check me out on my website, artierodriguez.com. I got my CD up front for sale. This next song I'm going to do is a big popular one out in Texas. And I told these guys if they're ever going to play it now, there's a Spanish part in there. They got to learn how to play it in Spanish. So they're not letting me down tonight. So so watch them when I hit it. They'll play it in Spanish. Here's just something called Jealous Heart. Jealous heart, oh jealous heart, stop beating. Can't you see the damage you have done? You have driven her away forever. Jealous heart, now I'm the lonely one. Sin tu amor es todo mi conciencia. Mi tu amor no me deja dormir. Dime que pues falta vida mía. Sin tu amor me voy a enloquecer. I'm playing in Spanish, Jimmy. Or Jerry. Sin tu amor es todo mi conciencia. Mi tu amor no me deja dormir. Dime que pues falta vida mía. Sin tu amor me voy a enloquecer. Jealous heart, now I'm the lonely one. Yeah, Charles was telling us coming on November the 9th. If you've known anybody that's ever had cancer, any type of cancer, we're having a big Relay for Life concert here. We'd like to see everybody come on out. We're calling it Country Cares and Pink on Purpose. So, guys, I don't know if he told y'all yet. We're supposed to be wearing pink shirts. So, and when we're going to get you a pink vest. So here we go. But, yeah, y'all try to come out Friday, November the 9th. It's going to, here at Gilley's Family Opera, we're going to try to, Charles and Missy Dale Gilley like to do their part in trying to support and help everybody out there with, cancer awareness and everything. Here's your little something from, how many of y'all ever heard of the singer Johnny Rodriguez? All right. Well, I'm not kin to him, but distantly, I've heard I was, but then I hear I wasn't, so who knows? Trace the tree back, all us Rodriguez's are probably kin somehow or another. But here's just something I hope you like. This old highway seems so lonesome when you're going where you've been. And a lonesome song can make you cry time and time again. If I had listened to a friend of mine 10 years ago today, I'd have a better job than what I got today. But the billboards on the highway and the brake lights on the cars makes me jump out on the highway with my bag and my guitar. If she comes or if she goes, it doesn't matter anymore. So I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Riding my thumb to Mexico. It don't matter when or how I go. I'll ride this thumb till I see her again. So I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Well, the reason why she left me is not the reason that I'm here. I'm a traveling kind of man, just needs a change of atmosphere. If there's any place I haven't been at all, that's where I'll go. So I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Riding my thumb to Mexico. It don't matter when or how I go. I'll ride this thumb till I see her again. So I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Thank y'all.
How about a hand for Artie Rodriguez? Fine job, Artie. We'll have him back a little later on. Well, we sure are glad to have every last one of you out here. We appreciate all of you coming, and we hope that you'll enjoy our show tonight. I think you will, because we got some fine talent lined up. We got any Loretta Lynn fans here tonight? Yeah. She couldn't make it. But we got a young lady that you'll enjoy just as much. Make her welcome, Miss Micah Moore.
You've come to tell me something. You say I ought to know that he don't love me anymore, and I'll have to let him go. You say you're gonna take him, but honey, I don't think you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, there are time and and you can come anywhere. For you to get to him, I'd have to move over, but I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Play it, boys. But he's in love with me. Well, I don't know where that leaves you, but honey, I know where I stand. And you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, there are time and and you can come anywhere. For you to get to him, I'd have to move over, but I'm gonna stand right here. Be over my dead body, so honey, get out while you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. I said you ain't woman enough to take my man. Thank you. Imagine a world where no music was playing, and think of a church with nobody praying. Have you ever looked up at a sky with no blue? Then you've seen a picture have you walked in a garden where nothing was growing, or stood by a river where nothing was flowing? If you've seen a red rose unkissed by the dew, then you've seen a picture of me without you. Can you picture heaven when no angels singing on a quiet Sunday morning with no church bells ringing? If you watched as the heart of a child breaks in two, then you've seen a picture of me without you. Can you picture heaven with no angels singing on a quiet Sunday morning with no church bells ringing? Have you watched as the heart of a child breaks in two? Then you've seen a picture of me without you. Then you've seen no picture of me without you. Thank you.
Micah Moore. How about a hand for Miss Micah? Fine job. Yes, sir. We'll have her back, too. We got some fine musicians up here, and we're real proud of them, and we're going to turn some of them loose right now and let them show off a little bit. And we have a steel guitar show here in February, so y'all want to be checking on that. If you haven't ever been to a steel guitar show, that's where we have a whole bunch of steel guitar players up here, and it's really a big country music festival. And you'll hear a lot of the old tunes. That's about all you will hear all day long. And some of the finest steel players in the whole country will be right here in February. And one of them sitting right here on this stage right now. As good as there is anywhere, in my opinion. And we're going to get him to turn loose on the steel guitar. Make him welcome Mr. Jimmy Powell. Jerry Goodson on the guitar. Thank y'all. That's a little bit of Oklahoma Hills, in case you didn't recognize that. That's an old tune. Hank Thompson used that as a theme song for many, many years. And you didn't get no better than Hank Thompson, in my opinion. All right, we're going to bring a fella out now all the way from Dothan, Alabama. And I had the pleasure of getting to work behind this guy for many years down there in my place in Bluntstown. And he's one of the finest good old country singers that I know of. And I think he knows every song Hank Williams ever recorded. And one of these days, we're going to get him to do a whole show of nothing but good old Hank Williams songs. How about a hand for Danny Howell?
Tonight There be candlelights and roses in this little one-room chapel that's almost falling down. There be tears in this old farmer's eyes, it seems, when I give my one possession to the city boy from town. His hair is a little longer than we're used to. I guess I could find something nice to say about the man that's won the farmer's daughter, and he's soon to be my son-in-law today. Mama left 8 years ago December. It was hard to be a mom and daddy too, but somehow we made a home from this old farmhouse, and love was all my baby ever knew. You know, he could be the richest man in 7 counties and not be good enough to take her hand. He says he really loves the farmer's daughter, and I know the farmer's daughter loves the man. Wayne Martin. Now Mama left 8 years ago December. It was hard to be a mom and daddy too, but somehow we made a home from this old farmhouse, and love was all my baby ever knew. You know, he could be the richest man in 7 counties and not be good enough to take her hand, but he says he really loves the farmer's daughter. I know the farmer's daughter, she loves the man. Wayne Martin, thank y'all. Appreciate it. Nothing by the old hat. Down every road and there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I've raised a lot of cane back in my younger days, when Mama used to pray my crops would fail. Now I'm a hunted fugitive with just 2 ways: outrun the law, spend my life in jail. I'd love to settle down, but they won't let me. A future tilt must be a rolling stone. And down every road there's always one more city. Lord, I'm on the run, the highway is my home. Jerry Goodson. Well, I'm lonely, but I can't afford the luxury. Having the one I love tag along. She'd only slow me down and they catch up with me. He who travels fastest goes along. I'd love to settle down, but they won't let me. A future tilt must be a rolling stone. And down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. Thank you, appreciate that. Little Charlie Pride here for you. When she wakes up this morning and turns to kiss me, she'll find I let her sleep because we talked so late last night. She'll know I kissed her face gently, my returning. And when she finds the rose on my pillow, I know she'll smile. Her amazing love unending, it is so much more than I am worthy of. If a rose could speak my feelings, then she knows I cherish her amazing love. Jimmy Powell. Jerry Goodson. If I call her a little late, she forgives me. Her voice does not betray, she spent another day all alone. She'll softly thank me for the rose and says I need you. And then I can feel her smiling on the phone. Her amazing love unending, it is so much more than I am the earth. If a rose could speak my feelings, then she knows I cherish her amazing love. Then she knows I cherish her amazing love. Thank you. Appreciate that so much.
Danny Howell. How about a hand for Danny? Boy, it's been hot, hasn't it? That time of the year, though, you know, it's hot. I see old Art Garrett sitting right out there. Good to see you, Art. I've traveled up and down the roads playing music with Art. I tell you what, though, one time it was hot, and Art had him a bicycle. And Art was riding down the road on this bicycle. And he come up on this boy sitting on the curb with a lawnmower. He'd been mowing yards. And Art stopped and said, "Son, what you doing with that lawnmower?" He said, "Well, I'm trying to make me enough money to buy me a bicycle just like that, and you riding right there." And Art said, "Is that right?" He said, "Yes, sir. It sure is hot out here, though, I'll tell you." Art said, "Well, I tell you what, I need a lawnmower. So if you want to, we'll just swap. I'll just swap you this bicycle for that lawnmower." And the kid said, "You got a deal." So they swapped, and about 2 weeks later, Art got that lawnmower out, and he's going to mow that grass. He got out there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. No shade, broiling sun, and he started trying to crank that lawnmower, and he'd pull that cord, and it'd sputter. He'd pull that cord, and it'd sputter. He'd pull that cord, and he'd sputter. And he'd check the spark plug, and he'd check the air filter. He'd pull that cord, and it'd sputter. And he did that for about a half an hour out there, and he looked up, and he saw that kid coming down the street riding his bicycle. He said, "Hey, boy, come in. How you get this lawnmower to crank?" And the boy said, "Well, I hate to tell you, sir, but you got to cuss it to make it crank." He said, "Cuss it?" He said, "Yeah, you got to cuss it, it won't crank." Art said, "I've been a Christian so long I have forgot how to cuss." And the boy said, "You just keep pulling that cord and it'll come back to you, I guarantee you." All right. We got a young fella out here. We're going to get him out here to do you a good song. Mr. Ashton Evans, make him welcome.
I feel the touch of hands so kind and tender. They're leading me in paths that I must trod. I'll have no fear, for Jesus walks beside me, and I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds rise, they won't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, and naught of earth shall harm me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. Play it, band. Mr. Jimmy Powell. shall hear the call from heaven's portal. Come home, my child, it's the last mile you must trod. I'll fall asleep and I'll wake in God's new heaven, and I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds rise, they won't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, and naught of this whole world shall harm me. For I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds rise, they won't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, and naught of earth shall harm me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. Yes, I'm sheltered in the arms of God. Thank you. God bless you.
Ashton Evans. Great job. We're going to have him back too. 16 years old. You believe that? Fine job. Well, speaking of the young folks, we got us a young drummer back there. We had to get us a young one to keep up with all of us old guys up here. And folks up in Nashville have been talking to him, and they want him to come up there and this, that, and the other. And we're hoping they'll hold off a while so we can keep him down here drumming for a while. But we're going to turn him loose and let him show you why they're talking to him up there. Make him welcome Dustin Worley.
Different people make the world go round. Some like going out on the town just to see what kind of trouble they can find. Some call it having a good time. But here is the kicker, you see, that stuff ain't fun to me. When it gets to the weekend, I ain't going out drinking with my friends, 'cause I'm an uptown country boy. Country cooking is what I enjoy. I ain't going out on Saturday night, running around looking for a fight. Hunting and fishing are my two favorite things. I love to hear old Haggard sing. These kind of things are what I enjoy, 'cause I'm an uptown country boy. All right. It's the simple little things to me makes life worth living, you see. It don't take fortune and fame, just my family and a good name, and having my woman to love, and all the good things from God above. With all of this, I'm as happy as can be. Just a simple country life for me. Hey, I'm an uptown country Country cooking is what I enjoy. I ain't going out on Saturday night, running around looking for a fight. Hunting and fishing are my two favorite things. I love to hear old Johnny Cash sing. These kind of things are what I enjoy, 'cause I'm an uptown country boy. Hey, I'm an uptown country boy. Country cooking is what I enjoy. I ain't going out on Saturday night, running around looking for a fight. Hunting and fishing are my two favorite things. I love to hear old Haggard sing. These kind of things are what I enjoy, 'cause I'm an uptown country boy. These kind of things are what I enjoy, 'cause I'm an uptown country boy. Thank you. How's everybody out there tonight? We are a good-looking crowd, and we're so proud to have each and every one of you out there with us. And that's the last song that I did was original that I wrote about a year or so ago. You'll find it out front on my CD. But this next one was a big hit for somebody may know him, Garth Brooks, and called Unanswered Prayers. Just the other night, at a hometown football game, my wife and I ran into my old high school flame. And as I introduced them, the past came back to me, and I couldn't help but think of the way things used to be. She was the one that I'd wanted for all time, and each night I'd spend praying that God would make her mine. And if He'd only grant me this wish I wished back then, well, I'd never ask for anything again. Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Remember when you're talking to the man upstairs, and just because he doesn't answer doesn't mean he don't care. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. She wasn't quite the angel that I remembered in my dreams, and I could tell the time it changed me. In her eyes too it seemed. We tried to talk about the old days, there wasn't much we could recall. I guess the Lord knows what He's doing after all. And as she walked away, well, I looked at my wife, and then and there I thanked the good Lord for the gifts in my life. Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Remember when you're talking to the man upstairs, and just because he may not answer doesn't mean he don't care. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered. Some of God's greatest gifts are all too often unanswered. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Thank you. Suppose I called you up tonight and told you that I love you. And suppose I said I wanna come back home. And suppose I cried and said I think I've finally learned my lesson. And I'm tired of spending all my time alone. If I told you that I realize you're all I ever wanted, and it's killing me to be so far away, would you tell me that you love me too? And would we cry together? Or would you simply laugh at me and say, I told you so? Oh, I told you so. I told you someday you'd come crawling back and asking me to take you in. I told you so, but you had to go. And now I found somebody new, and you will never break my heart in two again. If I got down on my knees and told you I was yours forever, would you get down on yours too and take my hand? Would we get that old time feeling? Would we laugh and talk for hours, the way we did when our love first began? Would you tell me that you miss me too, and that you've been so lonely, and you've waited for the day that I return, and we live in love forever, and that I'm your one and only? Or would you say the tables finally turned? Would you say I told you so? Oh, I told you so. I told you someday you'd come crawling back and asking me to take you in.